it's been a while since we looked at what was said in the Discord of Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and we actually have tons of hints about wheatflour Wonderland, so I hope that you're excited. So let's go right in. And also at some point I will show you my new merch that we made for the upcoming Jamboree event. I'm very excited about this. So first, let's start with an art by Asteria that said, Kogemion is so cute I had to draw her, plus versions with outfits cause she's just too precious. And you see Kogemion and her brother Kogemion, and it's adorable. Good job, Asteria. In the Discord, we don't have only Chelsea who speaks from Sunblink, we also have Kieran, who is actually a designer. The question was from Newfound Joy. I don't think the first part of the question was addressed. So, how did the puzzle rooms come to be? With the setting of a theme park, they fell a bit out of context, though I definitely had a lot of fun with them. And Kieran said, I can answer the puzzle room questions since they were the majority of my work during production after I rolled over from Hirish. Okay, so Hirish was the first game that Sunblink as a studio created before Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Originally, puzzles were going to be present in the open world. As the design and mechanics developed, it made more sense to isolate them in specialized rooms, and there was some discussion of wanting Breath of the Wild shrines anyway, so it was the perfect fit. Once we had the mechanics and components down, it just came down to coming up with puzzle ideas and putting the rooms together, almost like putting together a Lego set. I don't remember how we ended up on the visual design for the original room, but lore-wise, the rooms have been here longer than the theme park, only recently uncovered by the park abandonment. That's my theory, at least. Cool, I love learning more lore. Ada asked, we know everyone had to jump out of the plane on the island, but where was the plane originally landing? They probably said it in the story, but I might have missed it. And Kieran said, the airfield is on a distant island and guests are helicoptered to the park, similar to other well-known island-based theme parks. Interesting. A little girl said, I was looking for the case, talking about the pencil case for the Scholastic Celebration event, and I came across this milk. I was confused, but I collected it. Oops, it was the case. And Chelsea said, we're going to be fixing this bug, but not gonna lie, I like the weird surprise it created. Sproutsy Sprout said, it's been my favorite bug. Mine turned sparkles into random pumpkins, which was a fun surprise. Also, can sparkles be pumpkins in October for theming? And Chelsea said, if this wouldn't be so confusing to new players, I'll totally say yes. Maybe it could be a different kind of pumpkin, like shiny, round, smaller pumpkin that also spins or whatever do the sparkles do. Why not? That would be fun. Not like the exact same pumpkin item, but also then people would think it's different things and worry about the inventory. No, I think it's not a good idea, but I liked it. Phoebe said, it also may be important to note that Chococat's ability will not work with certain legendary or special items. This is very interesting. I was wondering, like, can I make myself 2 snorkels or things like that? And apparently sometimes it's actually unavailable to duplicate the thing. Or like, can I suddenly make 2 of the gold apple so I get an extra full thing? No, apparently not. Okay, thank you for letting us know. Okay, so they're talking about things coming back in the game and not missing out or anything. And Chelsea said, yeah, specific may change, but our general ethos as developers is that no one should be playing our game just out of FOMO or obligation. We don't want folks to feel like they have to play or they're going to miss out on something forever. We hope that everyone who's playing it is playing because they're getting some joy out of it. So far, even though I'm doing hundreds of hours of work on this game, I still play for fun and I love it. And this is a request for you. Do you know anything about that and could help Chelsea? Chelsea said, hello friends, this is not a drill. How team has heard of a big challenges cosplay at Dragon Con, giving out these adorable Gao Gao badge ribbons. Have you seen this alligator? Our team is dying to know /C. You have permission to add me in the other HK stuff if you have any info on this awesomeness. I know that a lot of person go to DragonCon, but unfortunately we were not able to find anything. I don't know. Molaka said, I just finished converting 3 rounds of select plants, hundreds and hundreds, and just left myself with 20 of each for planting. It's so flipping tedious though. And Jessie said, were you holding the item to make the number auto increase? And Molaka said, yep, but when you have 40 plus of each. And Jessie said, yeah, fair. Just wanted to save you from some suffering if possible. I know at some point we wanted to accelerate much faster or further. And then Monaka said, I wish there was a way to do it backwards, like all at one except from whatever number you want to keep. Like usually, some games you see that. If you go on one side, you do +1, and if you go on the other side, you do the max that you're allowed to do or have. And then you can go minus from that. And that's very useful. I don't know if Sunblink will consider that, but that would be so useful. R2D2 said, after hearing that supercharged noise when fertilizing, I went back to the IC Peak and realized I got 2 new effects. Are we getting same day guaranteed patterns? I also got it on a new ombre red penstemum in the Merry Meadows. And Chelsea said, the effect will now play whenever anything becomes patterned, so you don't have to wait for it to bloom or dig it up to know. If a flower is getting their pattern while you are fertilizing, instead of having to wait until the flower blooms to notice it, you have now a twirling thingy with the flowers on top of the specific flowers, so you just know that this flower got a new pattern right when you're fertilized. Chelsea said, just checking cause I don't think I saw anyone talk about it. Did folks discover the new quality of life improvement that came out with 2.8? Not the special visual when you get a pattern effect. Mad Hatter said, I did get an alternate egg if that's what you're talking about, and I'm thrilled about the increased compatibility for flowers. And Chelsea said, we did expand flower compatibility, but not that. I'm glad you're liking them though. I'm trying to get a trim eggwarts. I wonder what a trim eggwarts will look like. And Hanabishi Kin said, you're talking about the plant a lot of flowers at once thing, right? That is so helpful for trying to fill patterns. And then he said, I only wish that if I didn't enough, it would just fill it in with the flowers instead of yelling at me because I don't have enough. And Chelsea said, yes, okay, good. I'm glad folks found it. So finally now you can long press on planting, and if you select a flower that you have enough for the size of the plot, it will plant it all. And if you don't, then it will say you don't have enough and you need to plant them manually. But if you want to do a pattern, like a setting of different planting pattern, that won't work. If you want to plant all the different ones, you cannot like select multiple and plant all that randomly. So it's just filling the field with that, but it was the only action that did not have a long press to have field action, so we're glad it has. Chelsea is recounting the things for the August flower bounty and showing the results that I will add next time I see it, but I have now actually given the ones for September, and we have a pumpkin, we have top hat, and we have 2 other things that do look like flowers. I'm filming this, we are the 8th, and I still have not planted anything for this. I'm swamped these days, yeah. Kira said, will there be a compilation for August bounties results like other months? And Chelsea said, yes, it's just going to be slower because I realized there were some errors as I was posting. Haley hates you, knew it was sus, we got 12 every month. And Chelsea said, except the first month, cause we're bad at math. In an announcement, Swampy said, it's time for the high seas. So this is 2.8 and that will be part of CU3. There's so much to see in our new 2.8 update. Join Bats Meadow on new fishing quests, try out lures, and compete in the fishing derby for a chance to win prizes from past events. Celebrate our friendship with Cinnamon Roll and My Melody, explore hobbies alongside the little twin stars and the island spirit, and welcome the OTM girls as the newest visitor to Friendship Island. Plus, don't miss the chance to try out some fresh, adorable avatar options with the all all new rodent species. Steam and Nintendo Switch can expect to see this on September 18th, and PS5 can sail right onto it on October 2nd. And a few hints that were given in the Discord about the 2.8 that will be relevant for CU3, but you might have seen it. In the 2.8, the bird's eye wasn't a bull's eye. We flew a bit too high, taking it down a few degrees. We'll see what you will see. So I think it's about the map. Chelsea said, I discovered several months ago a new IRL hybrid animal between two of my favorite sea beasts. Will we catch this new hybrid animal? Hopefully. That is about a new mechanic in CU3 that is called the Fish Derby. Mild spoilers on our design approach. We not only wanted to provide a single player with a way to get past furniture, but even for multiplayer folks, given the rate that the new furniture comes out, Keropi's bead have a very low chance of gifting you the particular thing you're hoping for. So we thought this would benefit all types of players. So in this Fish Derby, you can exchange fish for actually past event furniture. The thing that you were able to do with Keropi, but now you can do it without having to play multiplayer. I'll ask, even past event clothes, getting my hopes up as I need light time jubilee clothing to get pour on. And Jessie said, no clothes, just furniture. So to get pour on, you just need to wait until December, unfortunately. People are talking about having a catalog where you can order or get things from past event. Josie said, I do see it being somewhat fair for the catalog to only have event furnitures you participated in. That could also promote trading between older players and newer players. And Sprout said, and then have those passed not in the rotation, but let the rotation focus on what you do not have, like fun little surprise, with reroll and the option to purchase from catalog instead. And Josie said, the idea of a catalog feels a little different. The Derby was definitely intended to be a not for everyone opportunity to get missed furniture for the sake of visitors versus something that could act as a pressure release valve for decorators. And then Josie said, so I don't see why a catalog wouldn't be the coolest idea. And Josie said, for a catalog, I don't think we would want to gate it behind something as narrow as fishing. A lot of folks just don't enjoy fishing, so it feels a bit off as a gate for hardcore decorating. And then I want the gate for that to be something that feeds back into the decorating loop, like a reward for cabin related quests and customization challenges or some such. Like prove you like to decorate / can decorate interesting things, then gain access to tools that lets you decorate way more. That's very interesting. Roxy said, I do believe Sunblink said they will never again add content specifically locked behind multiplayer only for that exact reason that many people don't want to do it. Even Keropi Trade that kind of gated getting past event furniture will also get a solo player version with Bats Meadow and his Fish Derby. And Jessie said, I don't think we ever said this. The people who enjoyed multiplayer deserve to have interesting and meaningful gameplay and reward. We added in the Keropi question so that people who don't like multiplayer never have to see anything associated with multiplayer. We still love gameplay that brings players together though, and do want this game to have things that are enhanced by playing with friends and family. And then Chelsea said, I did emphasis to the team that achievement related to multiplayer needs to be hidden if you're opted out. So theoretically, you'll, or well, anyone who said no to Keropi, never see anything that has to do with the wheatflour Wonderland multiplayer minigame, so it won't hurt the completion vibe for solo folks. Jessie said, I'm not gonna lie, I really miss the stop counting after 999 look in my inventory. I think we might make big numbers a setting toggle and default it back to max 999. Then the folks who want to see whatever's past that, the option is there, but the inventory can stay more chill usually. I honestly love that we can go past 999 because it's really convenient to know if you have 1002 or like 5000 of an item, I think. Usually when you have past 1000 anyways, you're chill. But if you want to make 40 of something that costs 20 maybe, you want to know how many you have. Swampy said, hello arcade players. The 2.8 update, which was available on the 20th of August, included the following. Here are some issues that are fixed for this update that our fantastic community let us know about. A floating chest for treasure hunt was being grounded in Gemstone Mountain. If players own more than 99 of an item, they should now see the true number of the said item that they own. fixed an issue where gifting more than one same item did not apply multiplier to friendship XP. That's the insane thing. Apparently, nobody noticed that gifting with Hello Kitty one gift or 3 gifts did not give the same amount of friendship. Like, you get 10% if you give 1 gift, but apparently if you gifted 3 gifts, you did not get the extra 10%. And they only fixed it now? That's insane. But it's fixed. And it will be in CU3. Players can now open character boxes in specific amounts. Maps have all been rendered at an angle view to better match the world as players view it. And now, the thing that everybody is waiting for. Sorry if you heard it before, but if you did not, Chelsea in a heads up. We said we'll talk about City Town on Switch, PC and PS5 this month, so here's the rub. We aim to have an initial release of City Town this year for non-arcade folks, because arcade has it already. We'll be making a formal announcement with all the important details in October, since we want to keep the focus on wheatflour Wonderland for now. That's all we are able to say right now. Thanks as always for your patience. I hope you enjoy wheatflour Wonderland next month. That was in August. Basically, before the end of 2025, everybody will have access to City Town and will know more of exactly when in October. Roxy said, I'm predicting Christmas release. And Chelsea answered December 31st. This is a joke. Okay, so this is about obviously the release of City Town, and she is not saying it will be December 31st. Honestly, I don't think that releasing for Christmas, like on the 24th or something, is a good thing, because what if everything breaks and the team has to take 2 weeks of vacation? This is not good. So you want a few days. So I would say the latest they could do in 2025 would be maybe the 10th or the 15th of December, possibly, so then I have time to fix things if there need be, and then they can slowly go to vacation, because everybody needs a vacation, especially a studio that has been rushing for a DLC lately, so they need the rest. And then Chelsea said, sorry, we couldn't say more, but I did at least want to get the this year news out there. So basically that's the only thing that we know. It's 2025, which is very interesting though. So now let's do a little break to show you my new merch. I wanted to do something related to the jamboree event that is all about jams and berries and everything. And so we, with Mezzo, designed super cute apparel and things around that theme. So we have super cool cardigans that are really, really beautiful, and it comes in different colors and they're so comfy. There are many different sizes too, and so this is a more red one, the other one was a more pink one, and there's lighter pink one also. It says Fluff'isle on the back with 3 designs, and you have 2 more here, and also you have cute gingham and strawberries, sleeves, and then you have t-shirts and sweaters and hoodies with a very nice embroidery. It's on purpose, that is tone on tone, like you should only be able to see a subtle change in the color between the embroidery and the t-shirt or the garment. And I have made some in red also. I'm very happy about how it came through. The embroidery is gorgeous, and I'm really, really happy about this subtle tone. And like always, if you want a different color, a different cut, something with a different size, like a different kind of v-neck instead of whatever, let me know, because I can just create the one that you like and put it on the store for you. And you should be able to find all of that in the shelf right down below. And one other super cool merch that I've done is new phone cases. I have done vertical ones and horizontal ones because actually I have my tripod is like that, and so I wanted to still be able to see Fluff'isle and everything. But if you like more people, and also me, always when I'm doing reviews of news, I'm holding my phone like this. So you have the vertical ones, and I made some for Samsung and iPhones. I do not have other possibilities of different phones, unfortunately, in this shop, and I've looked at one that is very sturdy. You can actually have difficulty putting your phone out of this case, so if you're some people who like to open your phone to put your ID or I don't know, code check ticket, whatever, under your phone. Do not take this case. You will not be able to take it out easily and that would be a pain. But if you are a person like me who drops it all the time, it really comes back on all the sides and is really, really sturdy. So it's very good. Yeah, if you have other feedback about other items that I should do merch as, let me know. I'm always interested in hearing from you. And I did not do anything this time with my avatar that you will see in my live stream as starting and things like that and icons. I did not do stickers or t-shirts with it this time, but if you want, let me know. I just wanted to do something a little bit more like for every day and less graphic, but I'm really open to feedback. So just so you know, if you purchase my merch, you're really, really helping me make a living as a creator, because as you can imagine, making daily videos is a full-time job and YouTube does not pay me anything close to like even a tenth of a full-time job. So if you're watching the ads before my videos, that help. If you also join my channel membership, that helps. If you buy my merch, that helps. And you help me make more content for you. Thank you in advance. And if you cannot support me financially, just watching the ads or just sharing my videos or telling everybody about my channel is helping me a lot for free. So please consider doing so. Now back to Discord. Okay, it's time. In the Wheatflour Wonderland, thanks for hints. These adorable cuties are called wheat hearts. There are 150 of them hidden all around Wheatflour Wonderland. There are many different ways to find them and you'll have to keep your eyes peeled for anything a little unusual. Blue said, do we take pictures of them like Gudetama and can get rewards from it? And then Chelsea said, there are many different ways to find them. Some people were asking when exactly during the day the update DLC will be out. And Chelsea said, the Discord event is when we're hoping it goes live across all platforms. But since we never tried simultaneous release before, we can't guarantee anything. So we've told people to not get too tied to the time. So wake up on Thursday morning when it's time for you and just stoke the page or to wherever the whole day. But I guess you'll be able to hear it in the Discord. If people say it's out, you'll know it's out, I guess. Or on my community tab, or I will start streaming, you'll know. We'll figure it out. Chelsea said, actually, a few folks got to try out Wheatflour Wonderland during a closed beta. Starting tomorrow, they'll be sharing some tiny little tidbits of their experience. Sayaka asked, new question now is, where do we sign up for the beta test? And Chelsea said, the closed beta was a few weeks ago. We had about a dozen people tested. And this is my official allowance of me telling you that I was part of this beta. This is one reason that I was swamped. It's been a very, very long week with a lot of hours where we were able to try Wheatflour Wonderland. So we were able to get a sneak peek and report tons of bugs, and it was super fun. And I cannot wait for the release of the Wheatflour Wonderland DLC so that all of you can experience this. But this is insane. This is gorgeous. This is huge. This is mind-blowing. Okay, mind-blowing is the thing. So many new things, so many new mechanics. You'll love it. If you did not decide to get it yet, why? Planet Moonstar said, hi! So one of my most favorite things from the beta was the inclusion of hidden dialogue options based on some new mechanics. This interaction was so unexpected and made my day once I found out about them. Fred said, my favorite part was how the game felt wholly new. I was walking around with my wand, trying it everywhere and on everything. Was I supposed to stay in Wheatflour Wonderland? Probably. For me, the added what if was so great and fun, I was not prepared. And Chelsea added, and as the inevitable caveat, no, CG Town would be available unless you're on arcade. She's meaning it won't be available on September 18th with Wheatflour Wonderland. Just said, hi friends, Wheatflour Wonderland is full of magic in so many different ways. One thing that really made me smile every time it happened was the outfit transition some of the residents get. They reminded me a lot of the outfit transformation in Sailor Moon, which was one of my favorite shows as was a kid. There was some added nostalgia to me on top of all the magic and whim. I'm so excited to see everyone experience and love this world as much as we loved getting to test it out. And here's my teaser for the Wheatflour Wonderland. You know me, I always have fun reproducing things from the game IRL, so when I saw that there were new recipes that we can make in Wheatflour Wonderland, I had to try to make one. And of course, the sweetest ones are always the best ones, so I went for the Mont Blanc. So that's a new thing that you can cook. And then Kayla Mary said, "Hey everyone, I had the pleasure of getting a sneak peek at Wheatflour Wonderland, and I'm absolutely in love with their new clothes and accessories. The magical girl theming is super adorable with tons of color customization options to make each look your own. There's something for everyone, and I can't wait to see everyone's outfit in the fashion showcase." There will be more because Chelsea said we were about 12 people, so it will be leading to the days of the release, and I will share them after. Even if the DLC is out, I'm sure it will be super cute to see. So, are you excited for CU3? Are you excited for Wheatflour Wonderland? So much content coming. Oh my god, I hope that you put some vacation days at the end of September because you will need it, definitely. I'm so excited to be going to enjoy that with you on stream. It will be amazing. And in the meantime, I prepared a video of how to prepare for the Wheatflour Wonderland, so you can know what you should stock on, what you should prepare, what you should do quest-wise, leveling up-wise, and everything, and it will be linked up there, so be sure to watch it to be ready for the Wheatflour Wonderland DLC, and remember, everybody can play cozy. Bye bye!